back to recording in my room. It's been a while. As I said, my room recordings are gonna be tied to my radio content. So, yes, limiting it down and my brain kind of stay fresh. I realized that when I'm in my room and recording, that's when I have the most ideal thought process happening in my brain. That's when I can articulate my words the best. That's when I can get on with what I want the best. Nonetheless, here we are, back to my 5th radio recording. And this time round, I'm gonna say straight up what we're doing. There'll be a few cuts in between of showing some productive work when I was working on my website, some writing up for the products. And then later on, you'll witness me revising some basic Spanish conversation, since I've been kind of neglecting that and I got some shit to get through. It's like all these phrases, not sentences, of like general introduction, which I can't seem to keep inside my head. Hopefully, my friend is planning to test me in about 5 days actually, and the aim was that we will be able to have an actual Spanish conversation. I'm a bit far from that still, so hopefully in 5 days I can fix myself up. Other than that, I will also include instead of a postcard video like I did with all those bunches, I will do a video. I'll put these up maybe on my wardrobe door, and yes, I got quite a few to get through. I will just show them off to you, and then we will slowly get into the recording part of the video of me putting it up. I think we'll start off with this and then get into the writing productivity, and then some Spanish, in that order also, or whatever I decide when I edit the video. But yeah, nonetheless, let's just see what I printed out. Some blossoming trees, of course, gotta suit the spring atmosphere. Okay, I printed out my bird. I thought it was a cool image. The bird covering my eye. I got green eyes and the bird is like greenish yellow. So I know how to set up the shot, I still gotta practice for the YouTube and just thinking about how to reposition the camera, make it look pretty. So yeah, don't fret if my content looks shit to you, because it most probably is. But this is the beginning of my journey, and hopefully soon enough I will understand how to mix up different shots, how to make it look interesting, more whatever, just more appealing to the viewer's eye. That's the aim. The next shot is, wait, there's reflections everywhere. Should I move this away? Still the same. Boom. This one was within the British Museum. They had this cool library, and yeah. Oh, another British Museum one of the roof it has. And the reason why this one is cool and why I decided to print it is for the purpose. Can you see a little detail in there? That little thing. It's a little seagull in the whole plane of the roof, just adding that little detail, which I really like. And and glad in my visual skill of identifying patterns and whatnot and seeing that. Boom. This was from Greenwich Park, just a cool shot from below. The nice calming blue. I like it. Just some pixelated drawings. Like, I tried to take print out pictures of things that could possibly be postcards in themselves. Just cool shots, cool atmospheric energy or whatever, cool detail. This one, for some reason, I am very fond of. I took it and I quite like it. I don't know, the swells and stairs, the whole geometry just works in my head and how I position the camera. So I quite like it. Green writing. Very deepening. White snow. You can generally get the feeling I was trying to go with each of these prints. It's like if there's color, if there's surrounding atmosphere that creates some sort of effect, then I'm printing it. That's in my room. His name is Gronk. His name is Beanie. My two best mates that stay by my side all the time and keep me happy. Geometry. And that's a little Christmas tree. Little lit up Christmas tree with contrast to the black and white man-made structure. Beautiful. Beautiful contrast. That's in my room again. His name is Fonzie. He's not with me, unfortunately, but we're connected deeply. So I know he's okay. I know he knows I'm okay. There's that. Another cool shot. Nothing much there. Colors and shapes and columns, whatnot. Cool shot. Like, that's generally the vibe I'm going with a lot of these. Green with little islands. Like, you can't lie, they're cool shots. They're identifying patterns, identifying geometry within the usual. It's like seeing the effort that some other person have put in to make it more appealing for the person that sees it. I like this one, little ship sailing through the clouds. I see it. My eyes see it. I can make it speaks for itself. Good vibes. They did it like that. Interesting. Whatevs. Another beautifully shot picture that I quite enjoy. Like, ever since I've started doing more video recording in general, I've also started to take more pictures on my phone. Actually, even before I started video recording. Made me realize that I am still into photography. It's just with the camera I'm using, I'd rather use that for video format. Picture wise, I started exploring what actually suits my energy, my vibe, and what I want to capture for my own satisfaction, you know. And that's one of the most important aspects in creative journey in general, is the understanding what suits your eye, what suits your brain waves, you know. It's like, it's chemistry inside your own brain. What appeals to it, what works, what spirals you into new feelings, new emotions, and generates new ideas. And that's something that every creative person should find out for themselves, I would say. And I would tell you that everyone is creative. In their own special way, we are all creative. So this is a journey that every person should be able to make, I would say. Oh, the one and only picture of me, I think, when I graduated with a longboard. Bro, looking good, looking fine as fuck. Some cool architecture. It's back from Latvia, one of the churches. Love it. I love it. Back from Latvia as well. Cool dude, chilling by the bridge with a nice view. Probably smoking a zoot as well. Actually, I smoked right next to him. Clouds. More clouds. Hands and no clouds. More clouds, but it's like through a window, so it has this effect on it. Clouds and sunset. That's from Portsmouth when I was there. And more nice previews. I kind of struggled to fill. It's like I had 10 more pictures that I could have printed for free, but it's alright. It's alright. £2 for all this. I accept. Anyways, I guess let's cut into me putting these up, and then we'll chat again in a minute. See you around. now that we are done with a little side activity for myself, now I'm going to be doing the main activity also for myself. So now we're going to jump straight into like half an hour period of simply doing the tasks we need to. Let's get shit done. Let's focus on what we've been postponing on several days consistently and get it done. This is the thing that I've realized with my website that I've been working on. Sometimes I just stare at it and I'm unable to do anything because I feel like, oh, I need to worry about this, about that. Oh no, I'm overloading myself. And now that I've ended up finally publishing the website, even though it wasn't finished, on 2 occasions, I ended up doing everything I actually needed to. Like, sometimes we clearly overthink all the tasks and we think that everything needs to be done at the same time, and then you do it one by one on separate occasions and you realize how little time Hello, and I started that like an actual intro. No, it's a, what do I call this? It's a diversion to the next segment, being the Spanish lessons. I finished all the writing I needed for the website. That took quicker than expected. And now I'm gonna get some Spanish phrases embedded into my mind. Hopefully I can get that done and sorted. I'm acting like I literally just finished the website thing. Plot twist, I pre-recorded that this morning. And I've been kind of procrastinating in terms of Spanish, sitting on my phone and whatnot. So I need to get in the zone, and hopefully I will, and you will help me with that. This is why I'm doing this whole video recording, is to help me stay productive and on top of things. Hey, whatever it takes, I guess. All right, let's just jump straight into it. See you around. Eso, maestro. Okay, I managed to get some practice in at least. Happy that that's done. Happy that that's sorted now, however long it took me. Yeah, the problem with Spanish and revision in general is like, it's hard to keep yourself doing it. It's hard to keep yourself focused on it and keep just embedding the knowledge inside your head. Learning languages has always been hard for me, and it's like, it will be amazing to figure it out on my own terms, with my own capabilities, you know. It will be sick to start understanding, and it's like that moment, apparently the moment you have dreams in another language, that's when you know you kind of, you know, made it part of yourself, part of your mind. Also, it's like when you have general thoughts come up in your mind with that language automatically. That's how you know when you've like reached a good point in the knowledge. I will say overall, this is an interesting, successful radio episode. Recently I tried searching up radio, like my title in general, like gaming radio, productive radio on YouTube. And I kind of realized how the word radio kind of ends up hiding my content, and it shows like all the other stuff. Which made me think about rewording the title, like session. But it's like, it doesn't seem fun. It doesn't have that spark in it. So I don't really know. Maybe the name will develop. I'm just starting out the content, you know. Maybe I'll come up with a new name. Ponder. Do I use my name as my YouTube name as a style of content? Gaming ponder, productive ponder, functional ponder. It'll be a way to create that uniqueness, I guess. We'll see. Hopefully today I will experiment a bit with making shorts out of the content I already produced. I'll see how the whole system is made up in YouTube, and I'll find out if I'm actually capable of doing it. Hopefully will be. Hopefully it's easy, like you can literally just select a cutout from the video and turn it into a short. That would be amazing. And yeah, one thing I wanted to talk about is how recently I've been kind of not caring too much about my general verbal recordings, about the editing side of it. And the thought that crossed my mind is the fact that, like, those videos, the videos that make up like 90% of all the content on my channel, funnily enough, is not my main type of content. Like, it's not gonna be my main source of content. Does that make sense? If I word it like that? Like, my main source of content is what will come out of that content. It's how I will use that content to begin with. Hence, like, who knows, transforming it into shorts could expand my viewer base however manyfold. Turning that into shorts, and then another thought I had is making a radio type content like this compiled of my shorts. Stay with me. Stay with me here. Radio type content when I interact with you throughout the whole half an hour, let's say, and occasionally I will narrate the whole content to do with the shorts that I already made prior and navigate the whole content, the whole conversation to do with those shorts that I will end up embedding into the video and showing you. So it's like I'll be reusing the content that I already made. And that's the whole way that I prefer to function in general, to create art, to create content, is to find ways of reusing it in multiple different aspects. Just because it's my my first content that I'm starting out with, doesn't mean it's bad. It's my thoughts. It's what I'm going through. So there's things that I can expand on. There's things that I can still showcase to new viewers in the future. Just because it's beginning content that I released and it has like 5 views, like, am I just gonna leave it like that? Fuck no. I'll find another way to showcase whatever I was trying to say. I'll find a new way to give it another life, you know, another breath. And that's what I'm excited about. It's like finding ways of transforming the content that I already made. And yeah, stick around, you'll find out, you'll see all the changes I do. You'll witness my transformation as a person, as a creative, as a hopefully company that you enjoy having in your daily life. Thank you for watching. I think I'm gonna leave it at that, and hopefully I'll get on with my day without the use of this fucking gadget. I'm tired of sitting on my phone. Like Instagram, I need to go back on understanding how to control my usage, because it's not healthy and it's just tiring. You do the same and we'll help each other. Let me know in the comments. Damn, it feels weird to actually be saying that. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this content, because I released already 2 videos. It's getting less traction than I expected, but I'm finding out ways of how to accurately put it out there. I tried streaming, and then I tried premiering. Premiere only works if you already have a decent viewer base, I would say. And then streaming is, I don't know, it's weird. Maybe streaming will work only when I'm able to actually do the whole video live. Maybe one day I'll develop, I'll improve to the extent that I can do the whole radio content live. What a day it'll be, huh? Damn. Anyways. See you around. More will come. And hopefully you'll be around to see that. See ya.